Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Oh, I have my blanket on. Happy, beautiful Wednesday. I am super, super excited to be with you this morning, as always. It's a brand new day, fresh new start, new opportunity. So it's just great to be alive, because as we look around or we watch TV, we hear of all the devastating thing that is happening around the world, and even here in our own backyard. We must, at the end of all of that, if we are still around, we have to say thank God and be grateful, be thankful for the little that we have, or for everything that we have and we take for granted. Because sometimes we have so much, yet we feel like we don't have enough, and we keep on pushing to have more and more and more, because the more you have, the more you want, right? I think that's how it works. That's how it goes for most of us. The more we have, the more we want. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There's anything wrong with that. Having a new goal, having wanting something new, wanting a fresh start. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as it's not taking over a toll on your health. It's not affecting your daily living, your family, affecting it in a negative way, or affecting your family. It's good to have new goals. It's okay to want more if this is what you want. There's nothing wrong with that. So keep on pushing, keep on going, and do what you have to do, because you got this. So keep on going. This month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, right? The breast cancer walk, I'm not gonna be around for the walk, unfortunately, because I'm going. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be around for the breast cancer walk because I want to do it, but I will be spending time with my daughter. We're going to a woman ministry retreat at the end of the month, so I get to spend that time with my daughter and a group of other women, from church. So then it's a good thing, because my daughter, she's getting older, she's in the teen years, and the fact that I work in a different state and I go whenever I can, so every opportunity I have, every chance I have, I will not take it for granted and go to spend that time with her. So I'm looking forward to that moment where we just get to spend that weekend together with another group of women, doing activities, connecting, because my daughter, this specific daughter, she always seek my approval, right? She's always seeking for my approval. I don't know why, but I don't know if it's a good thing or whatever the case may be, but I try to be closer with her. I try to be more open with her, so she has this safe space where she feels that she can come and talk to me and be comfortable about it, be open about certain conversations. I told you, I shared the last time that when I went to Georgia, she talked about, oh, somebody liked me, this and that. I'm like, oh girl, you're 15. So I'm looking forward for that moment, so that we can connect much more deeper, while I still keep that mother-daughter boundary. But I also want to have that connection, because we are living in a different day and age, right? Because these kids, they know so much. Good morning, Ambassador Dolia. They know so much, and if you're not providing that safe space for them to feel that they can come to you, they can share with you, they can have a conversation with you, you're not gonna know anything until they are in trouble. Even when they share with you, they really are not sharing the full story. They're giving you little pieces and bits to check your temperature, per se, to check your temperature, to see where you are, how much I could tell, how they're gonna react, what's gonna reaction going to be. Can I tell more? Can I be more conservative, or can I be openly open and have a real conversation? So I do encourage my kids to have a conversation, because sometimes it's not easy to talk about certain topics, especially depending on the culture, how you were brought up, how you were raised, and certain things. Just last night we were having a conversation, and we're talking about why it's important to be open as a family, to have certain conversation, because then your kids feel comfortable to come and ask questions, and they're not asking the wrong person the question, so they could get the answers that you probably would not want them to get, right? And then if you talk to them openly, they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, I know that. My mom or my dad told me this. So it's not a shock to them when other people are talking about it, to make them feel more like they have to be more curious to learn, to know more about it. And sometimes they learn the wrong way. So, yeah, so that's a good thing. I'm looking forward to that moment. I'm looking forward to providing that safe space where we can sit and talk and have honest conversation. Oh, I'm sorry, why am I yawning so much? Have honest conversation about life, what's going on, because she is becoming a young lady. A few days ago, Saturday night, she went to a homecoming dance, and I wasn't there because of some complication that kind of happened that prevented me from being there. And she said, Mom, I know, even though you're not here, you're doing everything you can to make sure my day is special. You're making all the sacrifices that you can. Because she had a dress dilemma last minute, so she had to go find another dress. And I'm like, okay, let's do this, let's do that. But she kind of took me by surprise when I saw the pictures, because I wasn't on the phone with her because I was at church to see the picture, but I had entrusted my sister to take her to do the shopping. But later on I found out some stuff happened, and I'm like, oh, okay, it makes sense. Okay, but she looked beautiful. I would have wanted her to show less because she's 15, but you know, I guess this is the stage where they get to throw things and see what sticks and what will not stick. So, but that's okay. We'll see what happened. We'll see what happened. So as I started this morning, I wanted to remind you guys, this month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And there are some important things that we should know, because we need to understand breast cancer, right? There's a lot of research going on. There's a lot of work being done for them to find a cure, but we still need to do preventive care, right? We still need to do preventive care to protect ourselves. And if something is happening so that it can be detected early on before it gets before it gets too late. Okay? Breast cancer happens when abnormal cells grow uncontrollably in the breast tissue, right? This is what happened. Cells grow uncontrollably in the breast tissue, so it can affect both men and women, because we think that breast cancer is only women get breast cancer. No, men do get breast cancer, although the number is a lot lower than female, but men can also get breast cancer. So as a man, if you feel like there's something abnormal over in your breast, you feel anything hard, or your breast is getting extra tender, whatever the case may be, you need to go get it checked out, because although it's more common in women, men can also get it too. Okay, so it's important when you get these symptoms that you go get it checked, because early detection is very, very important. The earlier the breast cancer is found, the higher the chances of a successful treatment. So if you get caught early, you have a higher chances of getting a good treatment. Okay, so you want to make sure that you go and get yourself checked. Regular screening is also important, like mammogram. It can detect cancer before symptoms appear. So if you are at the age where you can get a mammogram, do not neglect yourself. Go get your mammogram. And if you feel there's anything abnormal and you're not at that age to get the mammogram, go get a sonogram done. And depending on what they find, then your doctor, if the symptoms persist, then your doctor maybe can code it in a way that the insurance company will pay for it, so that you can get that mammogram done that can detect the cancer before before it gets worse. Okay, and it's also very important that we know our family history, because some of us, especially in the Black and brown community, we don't really know our family history, right? And I could see how that could happen, because throughout the slavery, we were dispersed in different countries, different states, different countries. So family were scattered all over the place. So you don't really know the deep history of our family medical history, right? And I guess at the time too, medical treatment were very limited to Black and brown people who faced slavery. So it's important, the family you have now, to sit down and have a conversation to learn about the past, how some of the family members passed away. Was there any illnesses? Was there anything that they can share, so you could be under a high alert for you to know what you should look out for? And if you are unaware, go get a full screening at your doctor's office so that they can test you out. You know, there's one thing that I never used to think about those physicians that we see, because sometimes we select certain physicians based on where they are, because we think that we'll get better treatment, we assume we'll get better treatment, or the zip code that they're in, or because the X, Y, and Z. One other thing over the years that I'm learning is that it's better to see a physician who knows your culture, who knows the medical history, who knows the diseases that people like us can face, can get. Because if you go to someone who's not familiar with your culture, who doesn't really have an understanding, they just have general knowledge of medical practice as a doctor, but for in your culture, they don't really know certain things, that okay, Black people are prone, or they can get this type of disease, or they can have this type of illness, for them to really focus on it and do the tests that they need to make sure that you are safe, you are okay. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, you're free to see any doctor you want, and I'm one of those people who are guilty of that, of the doctor that I used to see, and again, because of the way we feel about certain area, the type of treatment you get when you go to certain places. And now, as I'm learning more and more, I'm having a broader exposure to the healthcare industry. Sometimes it's not the doctor who don't want to do certain things. It depends on the insurance you have. It depends on the resources that the hospital has. Your insurance determines the type of care you can get. Yes, your insurance determines the type of care you can get. I remember when I had $11.99, it was a black card in my wallet. $11.99. It was a black card in my wallet. Everybody wanted to see it. When I go to the doctor, I had all type of screening. I had all kind of tests done. I had all type of things. And I've always had good insurance. And when I switch insurance and I'm learning more, I'm like, oh, okay. So your insurance really determines the type of care that you get. So when you're selecting your medical coverage, make sure you do your research, you understand the package that you're purchasing and the needs that you have. Because sometimes we say, well, the doctor didn't do this, the doctor didn't do that. Well, guess what? The insurance is not paying the doctor to do this and or do that, because the doctor works for an institution. They work for an institution. So it's good for you to know and learn about your coverage. So when you go to the doctors, you know exactly what type of service you can get, you cannot get, so you don't end up with a big medical bill. So do your homework. Okay? The third thing about that, the talk this morning, is warning signs to watch for. Sometimes we have certain symptoms and then we let them go because we're like, oh, it's nothing. I've had this before. It's just gas. We tend to blame everything on gas, or we say, oh, it's just a cyst. It's nothing. Okay? So warning sign to look for: a lump or thickening in the breast or underarm. Okay? Changing the size, shape, or appearance of the breast. If your breast is changing, the size is changing. Now, sometimes we gain weight and the breasts get bigger, but this is not what they really talking about. Changes in the size. Like if you see one breast is bigger than the other one, or you see the shape of the breast is changing, that's why it's important after you take a shower for you to stand in front of the mirror and look at your girls. I'm not kidding. Stand in front of the mirror and look at your girls to see if there's any changes, and always do your self-examination, your self-check. And the men out there, you have to take care of your woman breasts, okay? No joke. It may sound sexual, but there was a study that says when a man suck on his wife breast, it helps to keep the tissues, it helps to keep the breast in good health. I didn't say it, the medical research say, and I should look it up for you so I could share it with you. I don't have any internet, so I don't have it here. But really, the massage of the breast, the tissue, and do self-examination every time you shower to make sure there's no changes. If you feel anything in the breast, for you to go get it checked out. Don't sleep on it. Don't say I have time, or no. Every minute, every second, every hour count for you to make sure you get yourself checked. Okay. Dimpling or puckering of the skin, pay attention to those. Nipple discharge or inversion. If you're having discharges, you're not pregnant, there's no reason why. You don't have any breast milk, there's no reason why you should be having discharges from your breast. Okay, you should not have anything coming out of there. But if you see you have any type of discharge or inversion, your nipples changing or going inward or something, go get yourself checked. Redness or flaky on the breast or nipple. If you see any redness or flaky skin on the breast or your nipple, you're feeling stuff, go get it checked. Okay, if you see any of these things around your breast, on your breast, you need to go see a doctor immediately. And it's also good for you to keep a diary of all the things that you're noticing, like a timeline when you noticed it, how long it's been going on, how long the symptoms been going on, for you to make sure you go get it checked. And when you go there, you can speak with your doctor and tell them exactly when it started so that they can see. Okay, the fourth thing is prevention and healthy habit. Maintain a healthy weight. Sometimes because our breasts, we put on the weight and our girls get so much bigger, it can become difficult for you to do the self-examination, because then you're thinking that it's just a lot of fat tissue in the breast because you gain that extra 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds. You're thinking, oh, it's just fat tissue that is in the breast, but you know, you don't know. So that's why it's important for you to maintain a healthy weight. Stay physically active, as your coach say every day when we come on the talk. Do a 10, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour walk if your body permits, so that you can stay physically active. The other thing is limit alcohol and avoid smoking. I know you guys been hearing that from before I was even born, to avoid alcohol and limit your smoking. Limit alcohol and avoid smoking. Yes, some of you use it to help you cope with whatever stress you have. Some of you do it out of habit. Some of you do it socially, whatever the case may be. But you should really pay attention to your alcohol intake and avoid smoking if you can. If something tells you smoking may cause cancer, why would I want to put myself at risk of that? If someone say, well, drinking alcohol can destroy your liver, why would I want to make it a habit of drinking morning, day, and night? I'm not saying you cannot have a drink socially, because every now and then socially I have a drink, but it's not something you're going to wake up every day from the time you wake up and until the time you go to sleep at night. No, that's not what they're saying. Make sure you limit alcohol and avoid smoking. You hear this said? Limit alcohol and avoid smoking. What is that telling you? Eat a balanced diet rich in fruit and vegetable. A balanced diet rich in fruit and vegetable. Get regular checkups and talk to your doctor about your risk factors. You need to know your risk factor. What is putting you at risk? The foods that we eat these days, they have so many chemicals in there. Some of them we cannot even pronounce. We cannot pronounce them, but I'm saying if there's something you cannot pronounce it, you should not be eating it. If you cannot pronounce it, you shouldn't be putting it in your body. So it's important that we look at the stuff that we put that we have in our food. Those of you who love to eat stuff from the can, pay attention to the products they have, or the chemicals, the preservative that they put in those cans, to the so close conservative preservative, but it's more preservative they put on this food to make sure they stay fresh while in the can. Why do you think they say once you open the can, don't leave stuff in the can, take it out, put it in a container and seal it, and there's a limit that how long you can have it out? Pay attention to this thing, okay? Make sure you have a support, and make sure you have support and people who empowers you. Encourage loved ones to schedule their annual mammograms. If you have family members who are not doing it, encourage them to schedule their annual mammogram. If you have to take them or drive them there, encourage them to do it, because taking an hour or half a day to make sure someone is okay is better than not having them around at all, okay? Support survivors and those currently fighting breast cancer. Be that support system for those who are going through it or those who survived it. Be that support system for them. And it's important to participate in awareness work, which I do, the fundraiser or community event, to help spread the word. Spread the words. Let people know breast cancer is real as any other type of cancer. Although some of them, the survival rate may be higher than others, but it's important that we keep pushing, that we keep supporting each other, that we keep spreading the word like a wildfire, so people know that it's important for you to do that. And wear pink during October to show your support. I have to wear my pink. October 15 is my birthday, so I have to get my pink to wear for breast cancer awareness. What is interesting, Ambassador Dolia? What is interesting? Tell me. And remember, early detection, education, and support save life. Early detection, support save life. When you go do your annual mammogram, when you go do your early screenings, and you educate yourself about the illness, it can save your life, or save a neighbor, save a friend, save a sister. Know your family history so that you know that my family has the history of breast cancer. So I need to make sure I stay on top of my screenings. Your mammograms, your sonograms, whatever the case may be, you need to still make sure you stay on top of that to protect yourself, to make sure you stay healthy. And if something does happen, it gets detected early on so that you have a better chance to fight it and win this fight, okay? So together we can fight breast cancer and stand strong for those affected. Of course we can. Interesting topic you brought as always. Oh, okay, thank you. Yes, because October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So yeah, so stay strong, stay together, encourage each other. Cancer we can stand strong for those affected. So we have to be that support system. If you have the time, go participate in a breast cancer walk. Even if you cannot participate, do the fundraiser, help to raise money to help push forward those research. I believe I have to look at my thing, because I have a team for the breast cancer walk. So let's spread the word, men, women, okay? Men and women, although the number is a lot smaller for men, but men are not exempt from it, okay? So make sure you get yourself checked out. Make sure you get yourself checked out. So this morning we talk about breast cancer awareness, why it's important for us to be aware, to do early detection, and to understand what breast cancer is, to make sure we do early why I can say detection this morning, to make sure we do early detection, because it can save your life, to know the warning signs to watch for, and prevention and healthy habit, the food that we eat, like limit alcohol, do physical activity, and make sure you support and empower each other, and to remember early detection, education, and support save lives. So those things are important. So now that was my little thing for this morning. But before I wrap up, I want to remind you guys that we are still in fundraising mode for Society in Action, because we have plans to go back to the Dominican Republic the coming month. Okay, but before we go, we have different boxes in different locations where we are collecting toys, baby diapers, clothes, bottles, wipes, whatever you can bring, you can donate. There's Maxu Barbershop on Flatbush Avenue, and then we have Woney Barbershop right across the street from Maxu Barbershop. I really need to look the addresses. And then we have the clothing store. But if you cannot go to any of these locations because I have not really provided the address, please do call me if you need the information where for you to go, and then I'll be more than happy to provide you with that information. But also, if you like to do monetary donation, just call me, okay, at 516-343-3799, and then you can good morning, Christopher. You can I can let you know how you can make your donation, because my phone number is also the Zelle that you can use to send the money wherever you are, to make sure we can provide and support this family in the Dominican Republic who are in dire need of our support, for kids to go to school, for have basic little things that, you know, we take for granted. So excuse me, just reach out. Let us know how you can help, how you can support, and you can also contact Ambassador D'Orleans 347-336-6320 or myself 516-343-3799 for your donation, for your support, however you can help. Or if you want to sponsor a kid to go to school, it'll be greatly appreciated. So reach out, okay? Stay in touch, and together we can be stronger, because we are community strong. Society in Action is community strong. You can help to support a kid, you can help to support a family, whatever you can do, whatever the amount is, it's never too small. So just give it. We'll put it with whatever else we get collectively. And we also want to thank this morning the company. Oh my God, we were just there last night, okay? Something solution management, right? I believe it's called Solution Management, for their donation. We went there. They always support the work that we're doing, so we want to definitely say thank you to Solution Management. Yes, Solution Management Group in Brooklyn on Flatbush Avenue. So if you need your taxes done for the taxes, and go to 1112 Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn, New York 11226 for Solution Management Group, and Mr. Volsi would definitely assist you. So thank you, Mr. Volsi, for your donation to Society in Action, for always supporting us in everything that we're doing, and everyone else who's supported us in the past. We thank you, because without you, we can do it. And of course, Maxu Barbershop for allowing us to put that box there to support the movement, and Woney's Barbershop and the uniform shop that also allows us to put our box there to support the movement. I had this card. I don't know what I did with it, because I think I had it on Sunday when I was going to the show, and now I have no idea where it is. So I need to find it so I could provide the addresses where you guys can go and drop off the stuff, okay? So anyway, guys, have a wonderful day. Be blessed. Let me see, I'm thinking maybe I have it in here. So many different wallets, but not all of them, nothing in there really. So have a wonderful day. Be blessed. Remember to get up, get active, get moving as we share breast cancer awareness. Make sure you get yourself checked out to protect yourself, and if anything is going on, it can be detected early on so that you remain safe. As I always end, I want to ask you, don't forget to like, share, follow, and subscribe. And remember, Jesus loves you. And your number one coach, your favorite coach, Coach Shirley, loves you as well. So have a wonderful day, and I'll see you here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for our regular morning talk. And look out in a little while for my Tuesday morning motivational. I will record it shortly once I get inside. All right? Ciao, guys. Have a good day. Be blessed. Bye-bye.